I recently encountered an interesting fact scenario where an employee observed discrimination in the workplace. So what she did was she went around talking to coworkers and making a list of coworkers and employees who are willing to file a discrimination lawsuit with her. HR finds out about it. Why? Because there was a snitch. She spoke to a coworker who didn't want to join her, and it reported her to HR. And the company confronted her and said, "Hey, are you compiling a list of people to sue us for employment law violations?" And she lied about it. Okay, so and she gets fired because the company said, "No, you are compiling a list of people to sue us, and we're firing you. You're stirring up trouble." So the analysis for this case is, does she have a case? So number one is that if the employer said they're firing her for stirring up trouble because she's talking to coworkers and trying to stir up interest to sue, well, number one is retaliation, is discrimination. Why? Because even though she lied and denied that she was compiling a list and talking to coworkers, it didn't work. The employer didn't believe her. They fired her anyway. So that's your number one factor. It's proof that the employer used an illegal reason to fire her, and they can be sued. Why? Because it's retaliation. They knew or they suspected that she was opposing discrimination and talking to coworkers. Interesting. Okay, so that's number one. It's an anti-retaliation provision found in a bunch of federal statute, including Title VII, even state versions of Title VII, which prohibits discrimination. Now, there's a second element to this, though, and that is under the National Labor Relation Board, there's a provision that protects employees when they're engaged in protected activities. And that is when they're talking to coworkers and try to work together in addressing a work condition, which is discrimination in this case. And so she has 6 months to file a charge of NLRB violation with the NLRB, and she can sue them, or the NLRB will proceed with that claim. So you got two claims, possible claim as a result. So even though this employee lied about and denied when she was asked by HR about whether or not she was compiling a list and talking to coworkers, she can still sue. Number one, she can still file an NLRB complaint, and the remedies under the NLRB complaint is that you can get lost wages and reinstatement. All right, back to work.